Welcome back to XRT Mini. My name is Ryan, and in today's video we're going to look at some leaked images of potential Traxxas Mini XRT, so stick around and I'll see you on the other side of the intro. Alright, I got a good one for you guys today. So I saw some leaked images of a Traxxas Mini XRT, which is potentially coming out, or at least we kind of think it is. But these images it's definitely a different vehicle, and so let's go ahead and dive right into it. First image we got up here is going to be of the chassis itself. So this is kind of like a top-down view of this potential Traxxas Mini XRT. And we can definitely see some differences from the Traxxas Mini Max. And I think some things that are like some dead giveaways that this is actually like a different vehicle. So that first clue that I'm looking at here, to see if we can go ahead and point this out. It's kind of hard to see at the top of the picture, but the shock towers are different. So these are some lower profile shock towers. And so that's like the first, in my opinion, the first dead giveaway that it's not we're not looking at a Mini Max. And then the lower body mount post for the clipless body system sits a little bit lower too, and these shocks look a tad bit smaller. So that's kind of like the first dead giveaway that we're looking at a different vehicle. The second giveaway that I can see is that the tires are different. These actually do look like XRT tires, just on a smaller scale. But definitely, you know, we're looking at a different vehicle, and from the looks of this picture, it looks like this thing has definitely seen some run times, got some dust on it. They're probably out testing it. Some similarities, you know, it's got a similar battery receiver box or receiver holder, just like the Mini Max. Same battery hold down clip system, which looks similar. But the electronics are different. So obviously, this looks like it's going to be brushless, and I mean, BL2S was brushless, but this is going to be 3S brushless from what we're hearing. This looks like a VXL system. I'll be honest, the ESC looks a little bit different from like all the other VXL systems out there. So I don't know if this is going to be a new ESC or what. I think the main difference that I see here is just that it's got the capacitors on the back that are ventilated. I don't know. Somebody in the comments, if you guys know anything about this ESC, or maybe it's been around before, let me know in the comments. But this does look like it's going to be a 3S capable system, which is cool. So that's an upgrade over the BL2S Mini Max. What else? We got a motor here. Can't see anything there. Oh, the next upgrade I think I see here, and this is also hard to see in this top-down view, is the servo itself. So it's not the blue cap servo like the Mini Max. If I roll over, I got a picture of the Mini Max here, and you can see how the Mini Max has the standard blue Traxxas servo that comes in like 90% of the vehicles. But this Mini XRT, if we look at that, it does not have the blue cap, which tells me that it's probably going to be a Metal Gear servo, most likely, which is an upgrade, absolutely an upgrade. So that's good to see. I'll be honest, like just looking at just this picture alone, I see upgrades, Now, what's the price going to be? I'll leave that for you guys in the comments to tell me what you think the price is going to come in at. I'm going to take a stab at it. This being an upgrade over the Mini Max, which sits at $250 right now. This is probably going to come in, my best guess, let's say $339, $349.99. That's going to be my guess. $349.99. I think it's going to be a $100 price premium. Just my 2 cents. Maybe it's a little bit less. Maybe it's like $80 or $90 price premium over the Mini Max. But just with these upgrades, I could see that being a potential thing. So, like I said, this is a top-down view. Let's take a look. We have one other picture here that we need to look at. And let's kind of rotate this over. So this is a second leaked photo of it. And definitely you can see the shock tower here, lower profile shock tower. You get a better view of the tire being a low pro tire, similar to the XRT. And then the other thing that got me, like I said, was the body post sits a little bit lower. So I'd imagine that this is going to be a very XRT looking body, going to sit low pro on the chassis itself. Everything's going to be lower slung. The chassis itself, I'm sure, is going to be a revised chassis. The Mini Max kind of has that higher center of gravity build to it. I'm sure this XRT is going to be lower slung, LCG type chassis. Other things, I would imagine too, with this upgraded brushless system, we're going to see an upgraded drivetrain. I know that was one of the complaints of the Mini Max, outside of the chassis snapping in half, is that the drivetrain system inside of this thing is not really up to par when you put bigger systems in it. So I would imagine you're going to see, some upgraded components like aluminum drive shaft, or potentially maybe a center diff, or at least a slipper clutch, something. All right, and so I think that's pretty much it for the upgrades. We do have a servo saver here, which is probably standard on all vehicles. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. I think, like I said, it's going to be anywhere from like an $80 to $100 price premium. And so go ahead and put that down in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video.